Greetings everyone, my name is HyperOne and today I will be casting a game sent in to me by TylerJohnson on the r/StarCraft Discord server. In the bottom left hand corner we have the red Zerg player TylerJohnson, and in the bottom right hand corner we have Never, the blue Protoss player. I actually recognize that Protoss player. I met him on the ladder like 2 weeks ago, and then I nuked the crap out of him. That was a really fun game. Anyway, my own ladder games aside, Never will be sending in a probe to scout TylerJohnson. It is always good to see when people at this league, I believe this is around gold 3, maybe gold 2. Anyway, Never will come in with a probe to scout TylerJohnson. He will actually not, okay, he's actually going to go back in. So what is he going to see? I believe that was a 17 hatch, 17 gas, no 18 gas, and where's the pool? Pool will be coming up. So this is a hatch first, and then the gas first suggests to me that he's gonna put drones on the gas. Then there's a pool. So he intends to be, what this build order suggests to me is that he intends to be aggressive with these Zerglings. So he can, only 1 on gas. Okay, this was 3 on gas, then you can get link speed as soon as this pool is done. But he is actually gonna, okay, he just put 3 drones on gas, but he's gonna rally them from the new drones that he's making. He's not gonna pull any of the mineral line because, well, Zerg needs minerals, and I guess he doesn't actually want to be that aggressive with his links. This is a lower league, so not everyone gets a gas just because they intend to be aggressive with it. Sometimes they get it sometimes they get it that way just because it's what they're used to. Anyway, Cybercore will be done. Hatchery, natural hatchery just finished up for TylerJohnson. Never will get his natural nexus and a pylon. Always good to not be supply blocked. He'll chrono out his I'm sorry, I forgot to change this from earlier. Damaged. Okay. Anyway, this adept will almost finish coming out. Warp Gate is being chronoed, which is, I believe, the typical build order is not to chrono Warp Gate unless you're gonna do a very aggressive push early, some kind of proxy Warp Gate stuff. But no, this is gonna be a forge coming out of Never and a shield battery at the natural. So meanwhile, TylerJohnson macroing up, getting 2 queens. Queen will pop out. He's gonna inject. Okay, inject. A bit slow. This one has not injected yet. Okay, there we go. And around now, we should start seeing a 3rd base coming up for the Zerg player. Hopefully, TylerJohnson's Overlord is over the vertical 3rd of the Protoss player, indeed confirming that there is no 3rd base yet. Though Protoss does not usually get a 3rd base this early anyway. Sounds like a sound of a 2nd gas, but no drones are being put on the gas. Will he rally them? Very fast flare timing. So I wonder what he's gonna do with this lair. Link speed is done. Link speed is indeed done. Looks like another gateway and Stargate tech is on the way from Never. So far, nothing too unusual happening early in the game. Looks like we got a creep queen out. It's good, get your creep started up. Though I think at this point I would prefer to see a 3rd base. Okay, we are going to get a 3rd base. Oh my god, where are you going? Wait, what? Why are you? Okay, anyway, 3rd base will go down after the drone decides to walk around for a bit. 4 gases on a 41 worker economy for a Zerg player is not something that is ideal. This is not a lot of minerals. Zerg really needs minerals, and having this much gas is probably not the best idea unless he's gonna go for some kind of tech heavy or tech-oriented playstyle right now, and I don't see anything coming up. So I wonder if TylerJohnson knows what he's doing. Overseer will continue to see that there is no natural nexus. It will die to this Void Ray, but the Zealot will come in. Will it get the scout off though? Will never see that this is a changeling and deny him a scout. Looks like Never is not paying attention to this changeling at all. Here you're gonna get to see his point of view. This changeling is going. Yep, it's gonna scout everything. TylerJohnson sees the Stargate. He sees the Stargate. He sees the Stargate. He does not see the Twilight Council. He already knows that it's Void Rays, but confirming that it is more Void Rays is always nice, because then you know that you need to commit to countering a lot of Void Rays and not just one or two. So we do not see more Queen run away from TylerJohnson, which is the answer that I would hope to see. TylerJohnson is making so much money right now. He should make more drones. Where's his larvae count at? He has 12 larvae and he's not using them. So this would be a good time to get a 4th base up. Twilight Council will finish. Why the hell? Wait. He has 2 Twilight Councils? Okay. Okay. I guess if you're gonna research Blink and Charge at the same time or something, I guess you can make 2, but why would you do that? Usually you'd focus on the one tech path first in order to get more units of that. So Charge will be researched on the Twilight Council here. Maybe you just made 2 on accident, it's totally possible. Another Stargate will come out. So some kind of Stargate Twilight tech. But he's getting air upgrades, he's not getting ground upgrades. Okay, he's getting +1 armor for ground and +1 weapons for air. Not an interesting decision to say the least. No ground weapons, no air armor, just mixed upgrades. These 2 Void Rays will come in. They will see a Storm House, but just never see it. These Void Rays will attack a Queen. Okay, there we go. They will get a Queen for their troubles. Oh my god. They're gonna get 2 Queens for free. Not the best control on the part of the Zerg player, for sure. Spore Caller is out of position to deal with this. They will be burrowed now. Drone doing nothing. Excellent. Do we have a Nydus network? We do have a Nydus network named Macro Hatchery in the main base. If you do not lose your swarm hosts, then it is true that you don't necessarily need the biggest economy to sustain them, because swarm hosts themselves don't die unless you're not careful with them. But if the opponent does come over and attack, then you need to make some units that aren't swarm hosts, because swarm hosts are not good for defending. Okay, I can see he's in Nydus Swarm. His drones are getting massacred right now. How many drones have gone down? 6. And he has a Nydus Swarm, or TylerJohnson has a Nydus network, but he has no vision on the opponent's side of the map. So where is he going to use this Nydus Swarm? Questions. Void Rays will take down another Spore Caller? No, this one's going to die. And that one, is it going to die? It will not die. Okay, Changeling here. Nydus network here. Okay, why would you build the Nydus network in full view of a Nydus? In full view of a Void? Oh my god. Anyway, that Nydus network, that Nydus Swarm is dead, and will he see the roaches? No, the roaches will get away, and he's gonna make a Nydus Swarm here. Okay, good. The buildings are, okay, he knows that the buildings are kind of far back, so these swarm hosts are gonna need to, okay, he's gonna build a pylon here, and he's gonna see this Nydus Swarm. Okay, no, he does not see the Nydus Swarm. Oh my god, he does not see the Nydus Swarm. Okay, he sees creep now. How do you respond? How does Never respond to this? Okay, he's not going to respond very well, but it doesn't matter because these swarm hosts are going to waste half their locus on attacking the pylon and the other locus on attacking this pylon. So overall, not a very successful. Okay, and they got a cannon. And another. Okay. Now we're actually talking, because now the Stargate, half of this guy's Stargates are not producing anything anymore. Nydus Swarm will go down, and the roaches should not be here. Those roaches are dead. Bye-bye, roaches. Anyway, TylerJohnson has a substantial lead in both economy and in both workers and army. But keep in mind, most of this army is 39 supply of this, so he only has 23 army supply that is actual fighting units. There are 13 swarm hosts, and they reach 3 supply. So those are not actual good defensive units. Finally, a 4th base will come up from TylerJohnson, and this Nydus worm, he totally sees that Nydus worm. Come on, go kill it. He sees the changeling, but he doesn't see the Nydus worm that appeared right in his face. Where is this guy's minimap? Okay. Anyway, minimap awareness not working out too well for Never. He was going to lose a lot of his... Okay. Man, some people just really gotta understand that when the swarm hosts throw their locusts, you don't need to fight them. You can just... If you're not defending anything important, you can just run away and come back when the locusts are dead, and you don't need to give up your resources, your units that actually cost minerals for the locusts, which are free for them. Anyway, as Never has already been doing for some time, more carriers on the way. He's getting tectonic destabilizers for tempests, which he's currently not making, but 2 more stargates are in Never's future, so we will see that. Another Nydus worm on the edge of his creep, for some reason, when they can just walk there. Like, okay, a Nydus worm it is. These creep tumors, man, why are they all bunched up? They're gonna die. Yeah, they're all gonna die at the same time if they get found. Another Nydus worm will go up, and okay, no, you cannot make a Nydus worm there. So far, this Nydus worm placement has not been the best coming out of TylerJohnson. I'd really love to see him fly an Overlord towards this main base. And, oh my god, there's so much dead space here. Imagine the damage it would cause. You just put down a Nydus worm here, and it just goes to town on all this important tech in the main. Gold base has been up for Never for some time now, but his worker count is actually not doing so well, and he's forgotten to make probes. +2 air weapons, +1 shields will be on the way for Never. Let's look at our upgrades. He even got the Overlord speed upgrade. So why isn't he using it? You got the Infestor energy upgrade and +1 range weapons. And Roach. That is Roach speed, I'm pretty sure. It might not be, it might be the other one. Anyway. Ground weapons, ground armor, and air weapons are done for the Protoss players, so going into this game he should have a considerable upgrade lead. Air weapons and air armor are on the way for TylerJohnson, who is making 12 roaches. 12 roaches and making air upgrades. And no air units at all. But Nydus worm pops up here. Protoss player will say, oh my god, it's a distraction Nydus worm. This Tempest will make short work of the Nydus worms with their tectonic destabilizers upgrade. But he's too late to stop these locusts, which are now going to come into the space and take down some buildings. Okay, he's only going to get 2 pylons. Okay, when you use swarm hosts, you gotta go for the important stuff. Because like eventually the Protoss player is gonna figure this out, and all you're attacking now is pylons that don't really depower a whole lot. It's not gonna get much done. Nydus one will go down. Never is starting to amass a sizable fleet with 5 carriers, 2 Tempest, and a Void Ray, but not much ground army to speak of whatsoever. Is this going to be a weakness for Never? I don't know. But considering that TylerJohnson has practically nothing that... Oh wait, he has 21 Corruptors. I take that back. He has plenty of units that can shoot up now. Those units will absolutely destroy the Skytoss fleet in a 1v1, or in a straight up fight rather. TylerJohnson clearing out the ground. These rocks will inhibit his mobility when he was fighting the Skytoss, so he gets rid of them and never sees this Roach army, but I don't think he actually sees it. He notices that the creeps are... Okay, what is Never doing? What is he now making to deal with this threat? Dark Shrine, Carrier, Stalkers, +1 air armor, +2 ground weapons. And another Nexus in the forward 3rd base. Now his 5th base actually. These roaches are just chilling. And these Nydus worms are just popping up wherever the heck TylerJohnson wants to put them on the edge of his creep. I mean, I guess having Nydus worms for mobility is better than not having them. But if the only thing you're putting in them is swarm hosts, and swarm hosts are not good defensively, so it's not a great idea to spend gas on Nydus worms or spend money on Nydus worms. But he does have a huge. Oh my God! Look at his bank. He's actually banking almost 9,000 minerals now. Nydus worm comes up in Never's vision, but this is a slow warping, so Nydus worms will show up, will come out, and it's gonna die. Okay. TylerJohnson, my guy, you cannot keep throwing away resources by making Nydus worms in plain sight of your opponent. These roaches cannot shoot up, and these charge bolts are okay. Burrow is a great idea, but he has protection. These roaches are gonna die. Not before throwing down another Nydus worm, which is immediately shut down. Like, oh my God, how many Nydus worms have gone down this game? 9 Nydus worms, and most of them were in plain view of Never. We are still not making use of this dead space up here, and now there's even less of it. So that window of opportunity has practically closed for the time being. Not to mention that to get an Overlord in there, he'd have to take an angle which might expose him. So how does TylerJohnson deal with his 33 Corruptors and 2 Vipers and 4 Queens versus 10 Carriers and 2 Tempests and basically no ground army to speak of? It is 10 Zealots and 2 Stalkers, which will do better than nothing. Nydus worm at the edge of his creep dies. Well, how does TylerJohnson react to this threat? Now on his creep. Yoink. Okay, we're gonna yoink, and we're gonna focus down the carriers. Okay, we'll focus on 1 carrier. And then now we're just gonna target intercept. Okay, finally back to A move, quickly on the carriers. Queens have been utterly destroyed. There is no opposition to this ground army whatsoever. Okay, ground army is getting to work. It is completely murdering everything. Meanwhile, in the air, the Skytoss fleet not doing so hot as the Corruptors murder them. Worker line is cleared out of the nutshell, but the base itself is fine. Same for the 3rd base, except that one still has his workers. Now we have a DT Zealot Stalker army versus roaches. Okay, Blinding Cloud will be thrown down, but these are melee units anyway, so it doesn't affect them. Roaches will drive up the Zealots, I guess. More DTs on the way. Two carriers should not have shown up here. DTs targeting down the spores, I like that. These are all dead. DTs are sitting around doing nothing. Spine Crawlers will defend against the Zealots, but they cannot see the DT. Oh my God, these DTs are just gonna get so much work done. Anyway, both players have a considerable bank. TylerJohnson is banking a lot more, and he's also maxed out on a really scary, well, I would say scary Corruptor army, but Corruptors can only shoot air, so as long as Never produces only ground units from now on and wins the ground game, these Corruptors are useless to TylerJohnson. So just make ground units and you'll be okay. That is a lot of changelings. TylerJohnson is actually not doing so hot on the economy after, how many workers have gone down? 43 workers. So TylerJohnson, who used to have the eco lead, is now behind. He's even on bases, but behind on workers. So he should either make more workers with his massive bait, and 35 larvae, or he should actually get something done. Plus 3 air weapons on the way from Never. I don't know if making air units at this point in the game is a good idea, considering the huge Corruptor cloud you cannot afford to beat. But okay, plus 3 air weapons and air armory on the way for the Zerg player. Still no ground upgrades. I guess we're just gonna make Corruptors, and we're gonna hope that he makes air units and loses them all to these Corruptors. Fine by me. Mothership is out. Interesting. The Nydus worm will pop up underneath the Corruptors. Roaches come in here. Mothership will be yoinked and promptly focused down. That's good. Nydus worm will pop up. I don't think TylerJohnson's paying attention to that Nydus worm though. He's way too focused on this battle on the ground right now. So what actually does never have to fight this? Swarm Host will actually pop up now. Or Swarm Host will pop out and Durgar Locust, and this base is dead. Bye bye mineral line, and they're all, oh my god, they're all aggroing on the cannon. Please kill the Nexus. Another Nydus Worm, and Roach Corruptor Ball is just hanging out over there. Another Nydus Worm in full view of the Protoss again, but this time the Protoss can actually respond. So it looks like the Protoss player never will just send 7 Zealots across the map and try to get some game-ending damage done with it, but probably not. Slowly the creep will make its way down here, as it is propagated only by the Nydus Worms. It's not something you see all the time. One spine goes down. This spine will also go down, but in the end, I think it is too late to stop this Corruptor Roach Viper Swarm Host Ball. Zealots will retreat for some F2. F2 aiming. Roach Corruptor going back home to defend F2 A move the entire army to deal with 5 Zealots. Locusts die, Stalkers die, and now the DT Shrine is in full view of this third player. We'll hopefully kill it next. These Zealots are still here. 2 kills. 2 kills, 6 kills, 8 kills, okay. Not bad. You've gotten a lot of work done. But again, will it save him? Save never, that is. Swarm Host back for around a bajillion as they fire on this Nexus again. And this Protoss player really does not have a good way to deal with these Swarm Hosts. And Swarm Hosts don't shoot up, so a sky, like something that can fly, is really good to deal with them, especially carriers with their DPS, because like if you fly you can't get hit by most Zerg units, like especially Swarm Hosts. But TylerJohnson just has so much more money to build Corruptors with, that any sort of sky response from Never is just promptly shut down by Mass Corruptor. And Protoss ground army generally struggles to deal with Locusts. There is no high DPS ranged ground unit that can just deal with Swarm Hosts the way like Terran Marines can. Marines just destroy Locusts and then go on its stim and kill the Swarm Hosts and Nydus Worms. Protoss doesn't have that, so Swarm Hosts, I actually sort of like the Swarm Host play coming out from TylerJohnson this game. Even if the Nydus Worm placement and general like awareness of what the hell your opponent can see has not been the greatest this game. Oh my god, carriers are going to get caught out without the Archons to support them, and now it is just a Void Ray and a big clump of DT Archon Zealot and one Stalker. Oh god. We're going to find our way to the main and the natural. I think we have more than enough roaches to deal with this, right? I think we do, but not if they all trickle in one at a time like this. You gotta bring the roaches together and then you can take the engagement. Okay, Zealots need shielding for the Archons, which deal massive splash damage, especially to biological units, and all the roaches will die. So our response to this is Broodlords, which is another unit that Protoss cannot easily deal with just ground units. We need some kind of air unit, like the Tempest or the Voider. This ground army is going to work, but their time is limited. They will kill the Spire, and I believe the Greater Spire has also gone down, but these Broodlords are coming, man. You gotta get out of here. Archon instantly dies. Stalker gets surrounded and dies. Charge Lot Archon is gonna get flooded with Broodlings and die. Yeah, I think this is GG. There is nothing the Protoss player can do in this situation. Oh, looks like something's going on here. 3 Stalkers versus 2 Roaches, one of which just died. And now TylerJohnson will move across the map with these Broodlords and finally put an end to his opponent's silly charge lot DT run by shenanigans. Stalkers will die. What army do we have here from Protoss? We have 2 Stalkers. Where are they? Okay, can these 2 Stalkers make it happen? Nope, they're gonna tap out. Never taps out, and TylerJohnson is your winner today. Overall, usually you see the Protoss player who is trading more efficiently. Usually if 2 players of equal skill, Zerg will be the least efficiently trading race, but because he managed to get so many swarm hosts this game, actually let's see how many swarm hosts died. Only 1 swarm host died the entire game, and you can see that he currently has 12 of them. So he made 13 in the entire game and he only lost 1. So overall, those Nydus worms actually managed to get decent value by killing this many workers. Obviously he didn't kill as many as Never did, but against an opponent who doesn't have a lot of economy to begin with, he managed to take out all these worker lines here and here. Then swarm hosts are actually a really nice answer, especially to an opponent who doesn't realize that he can just go across the map and kill you. TylerJohnson only committed to about a dozen swarm hosts, which still left him plenty of army supply to make other units to deal with Never's counter threats. The Corruptor Ball just shut down everything that he had in the air, and then Roaches bought time until the Broodlords came out, and from there was nothing that the Never could do. So that was nice. Overall, interesting use of Swarm Host play especially in Gold League. Interesting Swarm Host play versus in ZVP. My advice to TylerJohnson is that if he's going to use this style against Protoss, he should try to drone up a bit more when he's free to do so, and then he can transition to an even stronger Nydus Swarm Host attack. And my advice to Never is, if you see this Nydus Swarm Host shenanigans happening, you sort of need to consolidate what forces you have, and you need to go across the map and kill the Swarm Host player while they have while they have a crap ton of army supply invested in Swarm Hosts and not much else. So yeah, and one more thought about the Nydus worms: try not to put them up in plain sight of your opponent. Nydus worms are expensive. I believe they cost 75 minerals, 75 gas each, which is it doesn't seem that expensive if you just make 1, but if you make a lot of Nydus worms throughout a game, let's see how many died. 11 Nydus worms died, and how many are currently on the map? 3. So 14 Nydus worms adds up to a lot of gas over the course of the game, and if this game was more even, and he was forced to spend these resources, 1,000 gas of Nydus worms would not last very long. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I've got for this game. Once again, I'm Hyper1, and I'm signing off for now. Thank you for watching.